And of course, we have the best story for last, which all four of them are great, but this is definitely the most anticipated one. That's why it's at the end. So this one is The Pines Boy Inn, The Jersey Devils in the Details. Of course, this is them playing on the Stano War, the first one, the thing they found in the cave. That was greater than a floating dead rat in a bucket. Then they get yelled at by their dad. And so they go inside, and he's all like, so I come down to the pawn shop for a nice day of overcharging tourists for Buffalo nickels, and starts to know Stan pretty much just grew up into his dad. Which, he gets a lot of hate, because the most we really know about him is that he was cheap, and he threw Stanley out of the house. So that's really all we knew about him. So he got lots of hate. But, I mean, he's not in this, this particular comic a lot, but he's in here enough to realize he was a person. I mean, he probably didn't deserve as much hate as everybody threw at him, but come on, he threw Stanley out. It was one of our, favorite characters. But anyway, who cares? Let's continue. And so anyway, there's a necklace missing, and what's his name? And Philbrick, Stan's dad blames Stanley. Except before I go into that, let's just look at their answers here. I don't know what that says. I'll be right back. I'm gonna look that up. Apparently it's a dinosaur with feathers. So, that's a thing that I know now. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know what it is. And then, of course, the best answer is barf. Lots of barf. Why? Anyway. So, yeah, they get yelled at because the chain's missing, and the dad blames Stanley. Which he's like saying, you're saying we did this? But then he's all like, oh, what? Well, I guess I skipped that part. But anyway, no, so the dad blames Stanley, and he's all like, find it or you're grounded for the entire summer. And so they're trying to figure out, and there's a code, which is on this thing, hang on, wait, which is on this thing, which I meant to do this to. There we go, apply. And so, for, kid-jumping logic reasons, they think that the Jersey Devil stole the necklace. And then, instead of walking down the stairs and going out the front door, they make a rope out of their bed sheets and climb down the window. And there's their mom, which she didn't really get a lot of screen time in the actual show. I think she was shown like twice and maybe had 1 line, 2 lines. So same thing pretty much here. But anyway, I don't know why she's trying to tell this cat's future. Is that their cat and she's just practicing? Or is that like a customer? Or are cats sentient in this universe? Where are we? Anyway. But he goes, hey mom, we're off to investigate a scientific anomaly. We're sneaking out to fight the devil. Be home by dinner. Is this your card? Mow. I knew you were going to say that. This is arguably my favorite part of the entire book. I probably said that before, but I say it again. This is arguably my favorite part of this book. This is Shanklin the Stab Possum. And I think Shanklin the Stab Possum is to Stanley what Waddles is to Mabel. Because this isn't just the Shanklin the Stab Possum doesn't go away. He's here throughout the rest of it. And Stanley calls him part pet, part assassin, the perfect weapon. So he's apparently Stanley's pet. So This is the best thing. This is the best thing here. And I want to know how Stanley got a knife tied onto the back of a possum without getting bit, scratched, or cut. Anyway. Oh, and look, there's my thumb. So let's go to the next. And so they're off to find the Jersey Devil with the possum and a knife. And then these guys are idiots. They're basically just here to be foils for Stan and Ford. These are the sibling brothers, and I don't know their names, and I don't care. I think one of their names is Dickie, and the only reason I remember that is because it's kind of right there, and it's the stupidest name in the world. And here is one of them, for no reason, making fun of Stan's hand, which Stanford's fingers, which it just seemed like a little out of place. It's like, oh, we have to have this one moment where they make fun of Ford's fingers, but it's like it doesn't seem. I mean, it's like that insult you get that has like no bearing on the situation, and it's just kind of random. So in this right here, this one was kind of random, but I kind of get why. I mean, insults don't always have to have a rhyme or reason. They're just insults. You don't like that person, so you say something about them that you don't like, but whatever. And Stanley had the possum in his pants. That's his home. He's nesting. That's funny. And so they start looking for the Jersey Devil, and I'm sure the Jersey Devil's in there, Stan. I'm sure. Like the possum in the basket. And I don't know how we got to like a carnival freak show thing, but I turned the page and that's where we were. And this is a horrible picture. I did not take a good picture of this, and I should have taken another one. But anyway, they go in there because they think the freaks in the freak show know something about the Jersey Devil, so they're trying to find out. But they're like, no, we don't just give information out to a whole couple of normies. And so before they can really say anything, they start chanting normies around them. And Stanley's all like, I'm being made fun of for fitting in. I'm so confused. But then, of course, Ford, shows his hands like, who you calling normie? And he has the, his six-fingered hand, and this weirdo is like one of us. And so because Ford has 12 fingers, they decide to let them know the information about the Jersey Devil, which is apparently tattooed on this guy's back. And so there's like a hidden code, and then they go to, which leads them to the lighthouse, but the lighthouse person won't let them in because Stanley's a jerk. Hey, Eye Patch, we're gonna rummage through your chunk. Let us in, or we'll chunk crabs at your face. So they can't get in. And then here are these dummies again, which end up taking off Stan, and Stan's all like, shut the heck up, so he pushes them off a small cliff. And apparently Ford thinks that he killed them, which obviously he didn't, but they're definitely out of it. And then they're all like, oh no, oh, whoops, ah! And then, hang on, am I actually recording? I am, okay. They're like, want to steal their outfits and impersonate them to get into the lighthouse? Logical. That's logical. I love that. So they dress up like them, and apparently Stanley's still being a jerkwad, but that guy don't care. And they go, and they do things, and blah, blah, blah. And they... Oh, excuse me, I burped. And they find a cave. And this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, and I once saw a pelican eat a firecracker. I bet that was amazing. To the cave. So they go into the cave, and Ford and Stan have like a heart-to-heart talk, and Stan's all like, he feels like his dad hates him sometimes, blah, 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 and, well, I know, it's like sad, but we know how it ends, sort of, and so that makes it even sadder. We don't even know if that guy ever got to make amends. But anyway. And so, Shanklin the Stab Possum, or I guess it's just Shanklin now. I don't know what the name of the actual possum is, just Possum. Ends up stealing their lantern and running away. And then the two that they thought were dead, which obviously were not, find it, and end up telling Ford that Stanley actually did steal the necklace, and who the heck are taking these pictures? Also, again, how did Stanley do that without getting cut? Is he secretly indestructible? Oh, I did it again. And of course, you know, Ford's upset, and Stanley doesn't know what's going on. He's all like, I found the light. And he also found apparently the Jersey Devil. And that's a pretty cool design. I like that. And they run, and they try and find a place to hide, and they find like this scary, like, horror haunted house called Welcome to Satan's Hellhole. And he's like, hey, look, hell, we'll be safe in there. And so there's little Ford, who was adorable even when he's mad or ticked off. So then Stanley says why he did it, and he said he was borrowing it so he can make him a Father's Day gift. Aw, that's cute. The possum actually likes him, and he gives him a little gift. I'm like, that's cute. Alright, and then they get chased by the Jersey Devil some more. How does nobody see this? I mean, don't they live in New Jersey? Isn't that like by like a big freaking city and nobody sees this? But of course, nobody ever sees like who Spider-Man is or Superman, and they live in huge cities. Whatever, we're going by cartoon logic here. Like, the possum has his eyes closed too. And then these guys do a thing where, I don't even remember. They have the evidence and the thing's caught, but then they let it go, and the freaks chase after the two twins that nobody likes. And then Stanley gets in trouble, gets grounded the rest of the summer, but it was fine because look, they had fun. And Stan's dad actually ended up liking the little gift thingy, and that's sweet. And then it ends on showing them actually, like, adventuring on the Stanowar. So, that was the last one. Arguably the best one. I'm sorry if I kind of went blah, 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 blah over some of it. But I don't want to, like, I don't want to read it, like, verbatim, word for word, because if you don't have the book yet and you still want to read it, I mean, I still want there to be things for you to, like, read. But, again, that's the last story. And there is also a ballad of the stands or something like that in one of them. Let me push pause real quick, because I don't think it's my next picture. But let me find it. It was the next picture. But it's like the ballad of the stands. Stanley Stanford over the... I can't read it. What does that say? The bounding sea. One was a brave adventurer. The other was Stanley. Stanley's brave. He's gone on adventures. Dentures, that's stupid. They'll travel to foreign lands with fists and brains and bodily pains. Nothing can stop the stands. Stanford bravely teaches math to a whale. Why? Stan's expression is the same as mine. Why? And Stan will flirt with a mermaid gals and probably fail. That's yeah, let's go ahead. And swashbuckling, brass knuckling, foiling monsters' plans, reunite at last, rewriting the past, nothing can stop the Stans. That's cute. So, and that's pretty much the end. There's a little other bit with Smebiolok where he's kind of going on just like a fan saying, why can't there be a season 3? And there's so many other stories that could be told. And he says, like, you know, like there could be a movie or at least a mini-series and stuff like that. And then at the end, Smebiolok goes back to just saying Smebiolok. And that's the end of the book. And like I said, there's still codes that I'm still going to try and make a video about. And there are still, there's definitely theories in this. All the theories. There's one about Wendy's mom. That was in one of the codes. There's the theory that I had about Fiddleford from the other dimension lying to Stanford about seeing someone else, another dimensional version of yourself. There's a whole bunch more things you can pull out of this. This fandom's never gonna die, or at least it's not gonna die soon. But that is all for now. I'm not gonna put this all in one video. This is all gonna be split up. So if you have gotten to the end of this, and that means you have watched all of them, and I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around. I'm done. Until next time, bye.